So the Purely Violin opens up in this window. So it comes preloaded with lots of arpeggios, different levels, beginner, then into intermediate, advanced, scales, melodic exercises, and then it starts with the songs. So there's lots of songs preloaded. You can get a list on the website. It gives a list of the current songs that are loaded into the software. So let's take one as an example. So you can, for instance, say, okay, let's take A major. So at the top you've got the staff, violin staff, and at the bottom it's the tab that shows the fingering on the different strings. So it starts with the G, D, A and E strings. The tab is used also to help the software to read the fingers placements on the frets, and this is displayed down here on the fingerboard. So let's just go through this. You can start with this. It will start with a metronome giving you the time. More notes at a time, you can have a wider setting where you see a few bars at a time, which makes it easy to look ahead. Let's have a look at the dots down here on the fingerboard. You might have noticed they turn red as the music plays up on the staff. So when the note is played, while it's being played, that dot will be white. So if it's the first one will be an A, so down here the A will be showing white. But then the next one will be the C sharp, and that will in advance turn red. So it shows you ahead of time what the next note is going to be. So the settings here can be changed. So you can have, for instance, showing the upcoming notes in the instrument. You can turn that off, and then it will only show the current note that's being played. So if we now re-look at that, let's just take it a bit faster. You can set the tempo here, so you can make it that it plays faster. So it's slightly faster than before. Now you can see, now it's white. So it actually shows the note that is being played. Okay, so the next thing that we can also setting in the settings here, so you can either put on, let's put that on now and see what that looks like. So the difference is it is anticipating the note that's going to be played. There's A, now the C sharp. So before it's played, it shows on the fingerboard so that you are ready to play your note. You can, of course, as you can see, you can set it down here faster or slower. So if you really want to slow it down, let's go slower. If you really need to look for the notes, then it will be very slow. So now it will give you more time to find the note. And here it shows you the next one is E, and then A, open string, C sharp. So for any exercise or song that you really need to slow down, that's very useful. This in this corner is just the direction what you can see the strings. So here it flips it that the G is at the top. On this one it actually flips it that's on the side here. So instead of having the G on that side and also with the G at the top, so it depends on how you would like to see your fingerboard. The default is here on the left side. So there are lots of settings here that we can have. There's a tuner here that detects the note. So if I take my violin and I play a note, it will show me that's G3, D, 4, A and E. So you can tune your violin. There's also, it shows here the tuning. The custom order is G3, so your G string must be tuned to G3, D4, A4 and E5. So the tuning here is important, because if you decide you've now looked at the exercise and you would like to try it yourself, you can select perform up here and then press perform. It will then give you a score. So let's play and see it how it goes. So it gives you ready. So it's very slow. So luckily I got 100% score. So let me just stop this, he's taking the next scale. So if you don't want it to go on to the next song, you can set it in loop and then it will keep on playing the same one. And this is display stop. As you could hear, not all the notes I played were exactly in tune. The software is very sensitive, but if you play very close to the real pitch, it will still register it as correct, and therefore, like with me, although some were a little bit out, I still got 100% score. So you know that you were quite close to the notes. Let's have a look what else there is. We've had the settings and everything. So if you want to have a look at updates, that will be, if they have updates, you can download it here. And then with the web help, you go to frequently asked questions, where they have basic questions that they answer, and the audio tutorial is a 5-minute introduction about the software and what it can do for you, but it does not give any instructions on how to use it. Add routine is very useful. Here's where you can add your own music that you've created with music XML format, and you can add anything that you want to put into the software. So let's go and have a look. You can find the file on your computer. So I'll take this one that I've created before for my students. It's Happy Birthday, second violin, that I want them to practice. So I'll just write in the name and then save it in the software where we can then play it. So here we have it. So this is a second violin part that I want my students to practice, and it will be then added here under example import. The list of files that I've created and imported into the software will be here. I can send that file to my students, who will then upload it into their software, and the file will then be ready for them to have a look at and try and find the notes themselves. So if they do not know where the note is on the staff, it's very easy to check it on the fingerboard and then find the note by themselves. So we don't have to spend a lot of time at the lesson, and by the time they come to the next lesson or group lesson, they could have already found the notes by themselves. This is a very useful tool to be able to upload your own music and practice that, and also to use the preloaded content and scales and finger exercises to practice and really improve your note reading skills and your violin playing. So for students, this is really a very useful tool to add to their daily practice. Last but not least, I just need to say that the support of this software is really excellent. They respond very fast to any queries you may have, and they're always ready to solve your problem.